Hey, Sidekick subscribers! We're one day away. Tomorrow is the release of Shadow of War. Are you pumped? Are you excited? Because I am. And today I'm bringing you the Deadly Acrobat build part 2. Healer mode style. Now, if you're curious of what this even is, definitely check out yesterday's video as I talked about the Deadly Acrobat build, aka the Yoda build. And I talked about the attack mode version, how it had strengths and weaknesses. In this episode, we're going to talk about the healer mode. And if you want to know the required skills, check the description below and then tweak these lists of skills and upgrades to what I'm about to share with you today. And again, check out the episode before if you want to learn more about it and how to do the Deadly Acrobat. I teach you how to go from step 1 to step 6 and just decimating the enemies in the armies. So definitely check out yesterday's video. Again, that's the Deadly Acrobat attack mode. So check that out. But today we're talking about healer mode. For those that had trouble, or at least think they might have trouble, performing the attack mode skills, that is, maybe suffering from health loss and suffering from the ability to carry out and gain enough might to do the awesome attacks and biding your time, and maybe not precise enough to do those perfect counters and parries, well then maybe this build will suit you better. Furthermore, I would like to maybe rename this healer mode to Necromancer. And I think that's because it also has a great ability to bring your comrades back to life. Well, sort of. At least heal them from dying and stuff. So it has some benefits, and it focuses more on using, well, Elven Wrath rather than Elven Might, if that's even a thing. So it focuses more on the Wrath bar than it does the Might bar, but still it has some epic things, such as you probably would have so much health you don't even know what to do with it, and so you share it with your fellow armies and captains. You can use Wrath to enrage your captains. You can use Wrath to unleash the Elven Wrath, and it's going to be fantastic. So I'm just going to suggest to you healer mode might be for you. But as promised in the previous episode, I would talk first of all on how to counter Ologs, Graugs, and Caragors with this build. As you know, Monolith is serious about the chaos and the Nemesis system. They make it to where no one battle is going to be the same, and that's the beauty of the Nemesis system. And as such, players must adapt their playstyle to face the many, various, and unpredictable, frankly, it's quite unpredictable at times, the challenges that you'll face. And so, with the addition of Graugs more frequently, Caragors more dangerously, and Ologs more biggerly. Is that a word? No. But still, with them introduced into Shadow of War, we've got to adapt our playstyle. And so the healer mode is one that I think is going to be most positioned to fight against them. Even so, I think attack mode could too. But anyway, here, let's go into it. Now, my concerns, first of all, for that Ologs, Graugs, and Caragors bring to the game is that the Talon Strike, which is, again, the pinnacle, the most pivotal and important thing to make this build work, may not be so effective against Ologs, Graugs, and Caragors. I haven't watched enough gameplay to be sure. Yes, it's true. I'm not really positive on this. Feel free to leave a comment below, but I'm guessing that the Talon Strike may not affect them as severe. If it does, it might not be as much, and therefore could be a problem with you when you're trying to do those ground executions. If you're thinking, what are you talking about, hero? Then go back and watch the other video, please, and then come back here. But still, even so, the player must quickly deal with them in a big fight. And here's my options for dealing with Ologs, Graugs, and Caragors. All right, step number 1, freeze pin. It's all about shooting the enemy's foot and freezing them in place. Now, this is a skill that you want to have, and the upgrade you want to have with that skill, freeze pin, is Savage Ice. Now, the Savage Ice freeze pin affects olog-hai and beasts. So that's why I suggest this one. And here's what I suggest. Step 1, you see an olog-hai, you see a beast of any sort, freeze pin them. And that's even before you're vaulting over their heads, double jumping, and doing Talon Strikes. Or even in the midst of your Talon Strike jump, even better, while in midair, freeze pin them. And so keep a close eye on them. So as you're performing your double jumps to do the Talon Strike, to then do the Fury ground executions, the Ologs, the beast, will be pinned in place with the freeze pin. Do you see the beauty of this? It's fantastic. Furthermore, step number 3, keep a close eye on that olog and repeat the freeze pinning until the might bar is completely full. So really, it just goes on without any problem as long as they're frozen. They're not going to be interrupting your battle. So that's what I suggest. And then you have to perform some perfect counters to gain some more elf shot, to do more Talon Strikes, and also more freeze pins. So I do think that this is very pivotal, again, on the player's skill level to do perfect parries. It takes some work, takes some practice, but I'm telling you, it's versatile enough to fight off any number of possibilities of battles when there's not just grunts you're facing, but also more, well, let's just say more dangerous enemies such as Ologs, Graugs, and Caragors. Furthermore, and the final step is, once that might bar is full, here's what you need to do. Consume the biggest threat. That is not eat them, okay? It's literally a skill called consume, and that is the quick domination or draining of the enemy that you want to consume. And so that is a skill you need to have, as I mentioned in the previous video, and ends in the description below as a listed item. And whether that is the Olog, the Graug, or the Caragor, consume them! And upon doing so, with the healer mode, you're going to regain your arrows, and you should also be able to dominate that Olog, Graug, or Caragor. Now, that's about all the details for how to counter them. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of what the healer mode is all about. So if you find that you're getting low on health, and you're not so good at the attack mode version with building up might and doing the elven arrow shot that explodes people's brains out of their skulls, then I suggest the healer mode. So to activate healer mode, simply change the ground execution skill from Fury, which again is the one that is your main might gainer, to ground drain. Okay? So that's this slight difference, and I'll leave a description below to change this up for you, okay? But make note that you have to have the Fury mode of the ground execution skill, that upgrade changed to ground drain. This is so important. Next, you want to be able to perform a Talon Strike to stun multiple enemies, freeze pin the big threats like I mentioned before, then drain as many stunned victims as you can to gain and regain your health. So that is the beauty of healer mode, because of the skill, the upgrade of ground drain. So when you ground drain, you'll be able to rejuvenate health. And you say, well, that's not good enough for me. I need to regain all my health. I get so low on health. Well, here's another suggestion. If you're really low on health, then switch drain upgrade skill from Quiver of Souls, which gives you a regain of total fill of your elf shot, to Bright Lord's Wrath, which will give you a full regain of health on drain. Now, if that isn't good, I don't know what is. So talk about ultimate healer mode. That's it right there. Now, it is at the cost of losing your arrows. So I'd only suggest that if you're good at parries to get the elf shot, because otherwise you're not going to be able to get more elf shot. And that's a problem, because you've got to have it to do the Talon Strike, right? So just keep that in mind, and I hope that the regular drain of the Uruks and others should be enough to help keep that health bar up. Now, for players who find that they are dying too much with the attack mode, they should switch to the healer mode and stay safely in the green zone of health and focus on gaining enough wrath. Now, this is the attack version of healer mode. You say, well, okay, all I'm doing is Talon Strikes, and that's not enough to kill the enemies really fast. What do I do, hero? Come on, give me some more weaponry here. Here it is. Gain wrath. And upon gaining wrath on every kill, you'll be able to do the Elven Rage insta-kill goodness. And that's the awesome part about this build, is although you're kind of trading might for wrath. You see the difference? And so when you get a kill, you regain wrath. And here's some other things you can do to build wrath even faster, and as I mentioned earlier, be able to enrage your captains, okay? So it still works if you have the story skill. You got to have, it makes it even better if you have the story skill called Dominate Captains. Now, if you have that skill unlocked from the story mode, then you can use it to heal your support troops in battle with your surplus of health using the upgrade called Lifeblood. So Dominate Captain skill with Lifeblood upgrade allows you to use your additional health to heal support troops. Fantastic. Fantastic. Now, or If you would rather use your captains to go on a more aggressive, rather than healing your support troops, use Dominate Captain with Enrage Followers. That's the difference from Lifeblood to Enrage Followers. To enrage your friendly captains to fight for you while you double jump around in safety. See, there's the beauty of it. You as a healer are trying to regain health, and as you're regaining health, you can use the wrath that you gain from killing others and other skills such as the Bright Lord's Wrath, which gives you full health, and wrath can be used to then regain health for yourself and also build wrath to enrage your followers. So you could really toggle between enrage followers and lifeblood. So you can enrage your captains, and once they're enraged, switch to lifeblood, and then heal your captains. Maybe not your captains, I'm not sure. Maybe captains too. I'm not sure. It's a little discrepancy. I'm not sure about that. But I know for sure at least your support troops such as the grunts. So there you have it. That is healer mode, or necromancer mode if you want to call it, for the Deadly Acrobat, or Necromancer Acrobat, whatever you would call it, between the two, attack mode, healer mode. And now you know how to counter Ologs, and now you have an awesome class, an awesome build to try out in Shadow of War. Now I understand it may not be a build all of you will enjoy, but I hope it'll be one that you can maybe tweak to your own play style. And if you have a great build, suggest it in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. And that is it for 70 days of Shadow of War. It's been an awesome ride. Guys, thanks so much for watching. It's been fantastic to meet new people who've enjoyed the Shadow of War gameplay. And I have to say, I'm going to bring you some Shadow of War gameplay when the game comes out. Now, I must be honest, it won't be instantaneous because, well, life happens. I'm going to be out of state, traveling all over the place. Just, things that happen like that. So I'm not going to be able to actually play when the game comes out. I know, I'm not going to get it till like October 11, October 12, and you might not see a video till the end of the week. That's pretty bad, right? But if you guys have really enjoyed this channel, here's a real test of your loyalty. Will you go ahead and hit the subscribe button and stick around for Shadow of War? I think we're going to have an awesome time. And, if you've watched a number of these videos that have been helpful to you, maybe, share the love and stick around and give me some views, and hit the like button and leave comments. Most of all, it's not about me. I do this as a hobby. I do this for fun, and it's been a challenge doing 70 days of Shadow of War, but I did it. And it's the first time in my channel that I've ever been able to produce so many videos back to back to back, and every single day. And I must say, it's been a challenge, and it maybe not been always the quality that I wanted it to be, because again, life happens, and it's just, again, a hobby, so it's really ranked pretty low in priority, just have to be honest to you. But it's video games, and so when I get a free chance and a moment in my busy lifestyle, when I'm not doing family stuff and being a dad and being a husband and more important things in life, then games are fun. So if you guys like games, if you kind of know what it's like to have some responsibility and know you can't always play games, because that's how life is. You got a job, you got to do work, you got to love people, you got to be relational, you got to be a father if you're a father, whatever and whatnot. Give me some love. Just stick around. I'd love to chill with you guys in some upcoming Shadow of War gameplay. Well, that's just me being a little real with you guys after these 70 days. I feel like a little bit sentimental here, coming to the end of it all. Well, not really. It's just the beginning. Oh, yes, because Shadow of War is coming out tomorrow! Yes. Well, I'm going to leave it at that. This is Hero 87, your host, signing off. Sayonara, sidekicks. In Shadow of War, we'll see each other again.